to Retirement in Real Time. My name is Howard, and I am a recent retiree from federal service. I retired on December 31st, 2024. As my wife and I were getting ready for retirement over the last few months, we found lots of resources to tell us about how to handle our money, how to budget, the process of federal retirement, and all the steps that we needed to take. But one thing we did not see were firsthand, first-person reports by people who were in the act of experiencing retirement. So that's what this channel is all about, so that you can follow me as I experience each step of the process along the way. So each time I have a step, I'll be creating a video to tell you what has happened and what we're going to be doing going on from there. And you'll see it in real time. It is now January 13th, so I'm a whopping 13 days into retirement. I did do a video about the email that I got from my retirement specialist last week, so that was, nothing has happened since then. We're just waiting to see if I get my annual leave payout on this payday that's coming up this Friday. So I thought, one of the things that we discussed a lot in my workplace with my coworkers was, when are you eligible for retirement? And that was one of the questions I got from somebody. So Tracy, this is for you. But it comes up a lot. When are you eligible? How much time do you have to have with the federal government before you're eligible for full retirement? So let's talk a little bit about that today. So the first thing is, you need to know what your minimum retirement age is. So I have some special effects here, but here we go. When you go to opm.gov, and I will put a link to this in the description of the video so you can go straight there. But the first thing you need to do is look at your birth year, and then to the right of that, you'll see that column, and it tells you what your minimum retirement age is. So that is a very critical piece of information for you to determine what happens next. The next thing that comes into play is your years of service. So those are the two critical components, your years of service and your minimum retirement age. So let's look at the various categories. So the first is your minimum retirement age plus 30 years. When you hit 30 years of service, and that's combined, that adds your military service if you have any, or other federal services, they all get added together. And we'll talk about that in another one, because there are some stipulations to that as well. But once you hit your minimum retirement age plus 30 years, you are eligible for full retirement. That means full retirement means that your benefits start within 30 days, and you also get to keep your insurance as you move forward. The next category is you're 60 years old and you have 20 years of service. So it's pretty simple, pretty straightforward there. You hit age 60, you have 20 years of federal service, and you are now good to go. You are eligible for full retirement. That's followed by 62 and 5 years. So it's 30, 25. So you're 62 years old, you have 5 years of federal service combined, you're eligible for full retirement. Now, one thing I'm not discussing in today's video is how much is your pension, because your time of service is critical to how large your pension is. So everyone doesn't get the full pension. It's based on years of service and your base pay and some other things. So with only 5 years of service, you're not going to have a very big pension, but what you do have, you're going to get for the rest of every month for the rest of your days. Then there's one final one that I call the MRA plus 10 but. So you have hit your minimum retirement age and you have 10 years or more of service, but less than 30. So as you can see here, what that does is it gives you a 5% deduction for every year less than age 62 that you are. So 5-year deduction for every year less than 62, but you do have the 5 years of service. So let's look at a quick example. So on my example here, you were born in 1964 and you're 57 years old. Again, just an example, you can use that MRA chart to figure out what the numbers would be for you. But in that case, if you were born in 64, your MRA is 56 years. So you're a year over that. You have 15 years of service. So we take your 57 years of age, we subtract that from 62, and we get 5. So that means you're going to get a 5% reduction for 5 years that you can see down here. So 5 times 5 is 25%. So that means you're going to get your pension, but it's going to have a 25% reduction in your pension amount. So I hope that kind of clarifies, because I know one of the kind of myths that I heard was your age plus time in service equals 80, and that's what makes you eligible. And I don't know if that was true at some point in time or not, but that's not what it is. Some people think that there's a strict 20-year retirement, that you just serve 20 years and you're good, but that's not true so much either. Now, there are some exceptions to what I just described. There are things like early retirement, deferred retirement, and disability retirement that all have their own sets of rules. But what I wanted to do for this video was really just do something that applies to the vast majority of government employees. So the rules that I described there apply to almost all of us. The other big exception to that are the specialty services like firefighters and police officers with the government, and they have a special criteria as well. But again, we're talking about the majority of employees. If you have any questions, please feel free to put them in the comments. I will do my very best to address all of them. One thing I did say in I am not a financial expert. I'm not a licensed financial advisor. I just try to share some of the facts that I've learned as I go along, some of the resources. But I will not be giving financial advice, nor will I be asking for financial advice on this. But I do encourage people to share their own experiences. So thank you very much. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you hit that like and subscribe button. You know the drill on that. And I'll be looking forward to sharing another video with you very, very soon. Thanks a lot and have a great day.